Sure. So this year, everybody, I think it has been a totally mind-opening self-realization also in terms of what your life was, what your life is, and being a woman. And I actually resonate what Chavi said. Suddenly you are faced with being a working professional, a working woman who has to cope with so much than what you were doing earlier, and the physical and this divide that was not there, because I was the kind of a person pretty much out of sight out of mind kind of a person. So when I would leave the office physically is where I would do a mental cutoff, and then I'm doing my house, my child, family, everything else. So now this whole mix that has happened for someone, I mean, personally speaking, this has been such a wake up moment for me personally, because I was initially at a loss in terms of how am I supposed to do. I need 48 hours in these 24 hours to do what I'm doing, like everybody else is feeling. What do I do? Then I have teams responsible. I have my house. What do I do? So slowly, of course, initial months were very difficult. But one thing that I realized that I need to do for myself is I am myself and another person is somebody else. So the way I cope with what is happening is very different from how maybe my superior, maybe my team member, maybe my family deals. So I need to do what is right for myself. For example, if I cannot, because initially, we also, because the whole work, how we work changed, because we used to do a lot of physical events and suddenly everything was happening online, and we work very closely with the government. So making all the SOPs for the industry, so much of information overload and dissemination and all, and up till midnight, sometimes 1 in the morning, we were doing WhatsApp calls and we were, things like that. And it was getting crazy. And I'm somebody who likes weekends, who likes self space and all of that. And suddenly all this was jumbled. So what do you do now? Then slowly I started, half an hour at a time or a cutoff beyond which I will not respond to maybe certain this thing I have, because I have to do this for myself for being able to function better tomorrow. So I have to do that. Sundays I have to strictly remind myself not to be constantly checking my phone every 2 minutes, to keep the phone away, both for entertainment and for official work. A very conscious habit that I picked up this year, that Sundays is I don't want screen. It's not good for me. It's because it was playing a havoc on my mind, because it was too much information bombardment of any talk, any type. Third is what I did for myself is, even if it is a very small time, to go back to my hobby. Art is a passion for me. So even if it is very little, I would actually read something that I like. I would maybe draw, sketch sometimes, just sit with my child, do something like that. So this personal hour, I'm trying to carve as much as possible, if not every day, at least on weekends. And also, like you mentioned very rightly, Sandeep, empathy for yourself, which I personally, I felt I was lucky. While I was very happy doing that for everybody else around me, be it my family or my team members, and telling them that it's okay. But to tell yourself that it's okay, you can falter and you can sort of, you don't have to be on a treadmill all the time, 24/7 trying to deliver. So be kind to yourself. I think that is one thing that I'm really trying to tell myself over this year, that it's okay and we'll all get through this collectively.